Hello, I'm John Bachman. Devastation in Yemen's capital today as bombers attacked two mosques during Friday prayers, and now ISIS is claiming responsibility. A television network owned by Yemen Shia rebels says 137 people have been killed and well over 300 are hurt. Both mosques are home to supporters of the Shia group called the Houthis that has seized control of the government in Yemen. And it's been a somber Independence Day in Tunisia, just days after the deadly terror attack there that killed 21 people in a Tunisian museum. Security officials now say two gunmen who carried out the attack actually trained in Libya. ISIS has also claimed responsibility here. Talks in Switzerland over Iran's nuclear program may be coming to a close. A senior Russian official says they are close to an agreement and could have most of the remaining differences ironed out over the weekend. The investigation continues today into the death of a black man in Mississippi found hanging from a tree. The victim, 54-year-old Otis Bird, went missing earlier this month. The local sheriff there, Marvin Lewis, says Bird did spend time in prison in connection with a murder some 35 years ago.
Now there's nothing that's saying that that crime in 1981 had anything to do with what happened in 2015.
Still trying to work it all out. Bird's body was found hanging by a bedsheet not far from his home. The World Health Organization apparently delayed calling the Ebola outbreak in West Africa an emergency for several months. Emails obtained by the Associated Press show despite calls for help, the WHO held off on the emergency declaration. It says it did so out of concerns for the economies of West African countries and because it did not want to interfere with Muslim pilgrimages. The UN's top expert on Ebola, Dr. Bruce Aylward, right here.
You know, had we declared it earlier, it's very, very difficult to say whether or not perceptions would have been different, how it would have affected the response.
Oh, thousands of people have died, but still critics say the delay cost more lives than it should have. In New York, a state school is now apologizing after the Pledge of Allegiance was recited in Arabic earlier this week. Several students in Pine Bush, New York, had objections.
Well, I think it's just stupid because the pledge is for America and soldiers fight for that pledge to be said in English, so I think it should be said in English.
Well, the school says it was done as part of a foreign language week, but from now on the pledge will only be recited in English. And a U.S. Border Patrol agent in Washington State has shot and killed a suspect crossing the Canadian border illegally. The agent opened fire yesterday afternoon after that man reportedly attacked him. The officer was not seriously hurt. We'll have another Newsmax Now update coming up for you. I think we got one more story. And Amazon is getting permission to test out a new way to deliver your packages. We talked about this before, but now the FAA has issued a certificate that allows Amazon to start running outdoor tests on its prototype delivery drone design. Amazon is only allowed to run those tests on private land, and it has to keep the drones flying below 400 feet. A lot of packages could be whizzing right over our heads. Another update coming up for you in 30 minutes. We'll now submit to Midpoint, Denver.